this was like the first time ever that we had a black family
On
in the lead
TV.
roles
Oh
in
man,
Swedish television.
so big.
And the only part that I was offering was like him play criminal.
It was like you were typecast.
Yeah. Yeah, heavy. Instead of me waiting for somebody else, let's make something.
And me do it for myself.
Yeah.
Produce.
Yeah.
Exactly. Como é que é, família? Como é que é? Daqui Danilo Castro. Nós vamos para a Suécia, mais especificamente para Estocolmo. Sejam bem-vindos a mais um Extraordinários. Bom dia.
Bom dia, pode pôr aqui só. Dá-me licença?
Sim. Ah, tá.
Está a gravar?
Sim, não pode. Ah, desculpa, não sabia.
Aeroporto não pode gravar.
Não sabia.
Está a gravar, estou.
Como é que é, família? Daqui Danilo Castro, mais uma vez. Hoje aqui diretamente da Suécia, eu estou aqui com um ator e produtor angolano e também sueco. Vamos já perceber daqui a pouco. Vamos já perceber daqui a pouco como é que vamos funciona. Este Extraordinários é-vos trazido pela Unitel e também pela cerveja Tigra, que são os sponsors deste programa e que fazem acontecer e que fazem este maluco viajar pelo mundo e por Angola, conhecendo pessoas extraordinárias como é o David. Então, David, seja bem-vindo aos Extraordinários. Eu podia ficar aqui porque eu tenho aqui já uma cábula lixada da tua página. Eu faço o meu homework e não tem só isso, eu tenho aqui para vamos, olha, even on your LinkedIn, everything. Yeah. Mas aqui nos Extraordinários, what we do, this is a conversation.
Yeah.
Eu também tenho muita curiosidade e muitas dúvidas que eu tenho que acho que as pessoas aí em casa vão ter. Eu espero que vocês percebam. Nós vamos falar em inglês, mas isso vai estar com legendas. Não é porque o Danilo está se achando, o David não. É porque ele fica mais confortável a falar em inglês. So, we're going to speak in English a partir de agora. Welcome.
Thank you. Obrigado.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself to the Angolans, this youth that doesn't know you. Who is David Nzinga? How do you get here? Because you were born in Angola.
Yeah. Well, to make a long story short, I was born in Angola with my whole family. Like, we are a big family. We are like 8 people, including my parents.
Yeah.
But I was born in Angola, in Luanda, but we came to Sweden when I was around 2 months old.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah, baby, I'm a
So I've been living here since then, and I was back in Angola first time in 2018.
How was it?
It was amazing.
How so?
You know, when you are living here, people will always look at you like, because,
Yeah.
you see how I look, you understand?
You're not blonde, you don't have blue eyes. Yeah.
That's the definition people have about Swedish people. But, we have a diversity here in Stockholm, in Sweden as well.
Most definitely,
It's big, it's huge, but people all around the world doesn't know it. So growing up here, you've been through a lot, racism and stuff like that, but also like identity. At home we speak Portuguese, but when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of Angolan friends around me, you see. But now when I came back to Angola for the first time, it was like, wow, it felt like coming home.
That's what I was gonna ask. Did you
like,
feel like something different? And the energy.
Yeah, the energy, how people welcomed me and how they were like, yeah, you're Angolan, you're one of us, or superstar and stuff like that. But it felt so awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, I had a lot of people taking good care of me. And I was there for a short time.
For how long?
Like 1 week.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nothing. Because the thing was, the Swedish embassy in Angola invited me to come there because they had a week about Ingmar Bergman. He's a Swedish filmmaker.
Okay.
Like Idol, a big one.
Okay.
So they wanted me to come there to show my films, talk with people. I went to like a children home.
Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
After this, you gotta tour around Angola. Yeah, for real.
No, for real. So
yeah.
the plan was like when I came there last time, I wanted to come the next year as well. But then I got a big theater show for 1 year, so I was traveling around the world. And then I wanted to come to Angola 2020.
Yeah, I've seen it. You went to Shanghai. I've seen it.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But then Corona came.
Oh.
So now I'm like, I need to go there, and I want to be there for at least 1 month to like talk to people and like see what we can do in the future.
Well, anything you need from us, for our company, and for just for me, anything you need, let us know, because that's home for us, and we will be more than glad to show you around. And there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of talent in your area specifically as well, and you have a lot of experience, because I've seen you went to school for this, and I want to know, growing up in an Angolan household in Sweden, how was it? Like, did your parents become Swedish, or is it vas apanhar, vou te dar? Like, what the hell, bring?
No, for real. No.
How was it?
That was perfect, because my parents, they always talk about Angola. So it was very important for us to have the culture, the language and stuff like that.
Fungi.
Yeah, fungi. Oh, como é
For real?
Peixe todo.
For real? So they made sure that you had the culture present.
Yes, always. The food, the language, the culture, how you talk, how you like. Yeah, all those stuff. Like how
Those
you behave as well.
That kind of disrespect that you saw your blonde friends doing. You would have? Yeah.
Never.
You would
No. Vai da sua aí. Vem aqui, vem.
And your friends will be like, you let your dad do that? It's like,
No, that's something else. Nah. So they were like, no, this is strictly. You need to understand how things go.
Okay.
Like the respect, the love you have.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I'm very grateful for all of that. Because, my parents, they left everything and they came to Sweden. And, for them, it's something big. But for us, we didn't understand. Because I was so small. But now when I'm growing up, I'm like, wow.
You've done so much.
Yeah, because they had they have their families.
And they left them,
You understand?
And now you know,
And I know, and that's why when I started to grow up in Sweden, in the beginning, I didn't know a lot about Angola or the world outside. The only thing that I was focusing on was to survive, like understand what is Swedish, who am I, what's going on. Because at the same point, you're learning Swedish, you're learning Portuguese, you're learning English, and so on. And for my parents, they only spoke like one language,
Portuguese.
And they come to a new country, and they need to understand or learn a new language. Do you understand?
And raise kids.
And I had like my 3 older siblings. They are born in Angola, so they have like memories there and stuff like that. They went to school. And then my 2 youngest, they are born here. So I'm like the middle child. So I'm the only one who was like, I have that.
Yeah.
But I was growing up here. And I'm still like, my plan is to go back and make something there as well.
Yeah.
So when I started my acting career, in the beginning I wanted to become a soccer player, football player.
Of course.
Yeah, but you look
All
like
of us. Of course.
Yeah, everything. But then when I started to understand, like, it's a lot of work, but it's fine. But when you look at like the Swedish national team, now we have
diversity. Not too much. Doesn't represent the country.
No.
I remember Patrick Larsson. He was the only one.
Yeah, Henrik Larsson. Yeah.
And he's light skinned.
Yes.
He's not black.
Not the
like,
same. You see. So when you started to understand like the structural things and.
But you felt that growing up?
Yeah.
At school?
When we play because when we play football, we had like this. Sometimes they had like this national team and stuff like that.
And they wouldn't call.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Even though you're talented, even though
everything like that. And I had a lot of friends at the same age that I had gone through the same things, because you look different, or you have a different name. You understand? But it's no stress. For me, it was more like, okay. But then suddenly there were the Swedish television, Espero, like a big channel here in Sweden. They were producing TV show called Família.
I want my own room for Christmas.
Your own room?
Yeah.
Hey, how do you think we're going to get that? You want to build one down on the playground?
I can put up a curtain in the living room.
Not in my living room.
I'm big enough to have our own room.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, it was about the family from Uganda.
And they called you?
No, they had an open audition, so everyone who fit the profile could like go there.
But before we get into that, how did you get into acting in the first place? Because you were playing soccer,
I was playing soccer.
but were you like an extrovert? How that did happen?
Oh yeah, I was definitely an extrovert. Yeah,
Okay.
I was up. Yeah, I did a lot of things.
Oh, for real?
I was like exploring stuff. I like to when I was younger.
Yeah.
I remember my oldest brother used to tell me that you loved Michael Jackson and Eddie Murphy. So always when you were a kid, you used to imitate them.
Yeah, rest in
talk-
peace because he died in this day, Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 12 years ago. Coincidence, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Legend. But yeah,
But how I came into acting was, let's see, because I did some stuff at school, like theater and stuff like that. It wasn't big. I wasn't thinking about becoming an actor or dreaming about it. It was for fun. But then when the SVT did Família and Babaju,
Yeah.
they had this open audition, so everyone could go there. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you had in the background or experience. It was like, we need somebody who looks like he can be from Uganda. He needs to be black and this age. So I went there. Yeah, so people were like, yeah, you should go.
Yeah.
I was like, why not? I went there, and I remember this because when I entered the room, it was around 100 people going for the same role.
100 blacks.
I like, you had everyone, like dark skin.
Yeah, light skin, everybody. Yeah.
And I was like, dang. I was like, yeah, I love the challenge. Let's go. So I did an audition. So from 100 people, we went to 50. From 50 to 20. From 20 to 10.
How was the audition? It was just a small script? And
Yeah, small script. Improvised a lot. They just wanted to see if we could act and if we had, easy for us to express our feelings and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, but it went good. I had a fun time, and in the end, it was between me and another guy. And the thing is, I know the other one.
For real?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
A small world in
Yeah,
Stockholm. But in the end, I got to part. And I remember because I was going to school at the same time. And I got to part, and they were like, yeah, you're going to film for 3 months. It's going to be hectical. But I was like, let's go.
Let's go.
And I remember during that time of the shooting, I had a good time. Fun. Like, it didn't feel like I was working,
Yeah.
I had fun.
How was the production team?
It was good. It was a big team, but I didn't understand what everybody was doing. I was like,
I'm
just
give me my
here.
script, I'm having fun.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. And then when we were finished the shooting, and then it was around 1 year before the premiere, and when the TV show came out, it became a big buzz because everyone was talking about it. Because
But what about your part in it? Your part was a good part?
I was the leading role.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you were basically around the country. Everybody got to know you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the cool stuff was like, this was like the first time ever that we had a black family
On
in the lead
TV.
roles
Oh
in
man,
Swedish television.
so big.
This was in 2009.
Ooh,
It's
big deal,
it's been
man.
a long time now. So when the TV show came out, we were nominated for Best TV Drama at Kristallen. It's like the Oscars, but for TV shows in Sweden.
Yeah, it's like the Emmys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we didn't win, but we had a good experience and stuff like that. But afterwards, now I felt like I had my breakthrough. I was ready. I wanted to do more acting job. I was ready for the world. I was like, yeah, let's go. And
You were
so
motivated.
I was motivated. And football, I was like, leave it. Let's go into filming.
How was your family seeing that? all of that,
Yeah, for them it was strange.
right?
Yeah, because it's like, no, you have to go to school.
Yeah, sure.
You have to educate yourself.
Yes.
We didn't leave Angola for you to
For
go.
you to go to
on
TVs and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Vai estudar.
But estudar, sim, but I understand now.
Yes.
But back then I didn't understand because for them, the only thing you have that feels like secure, like status, is if you have an education.
Yes.
You see?
Formal.
Yeah.
Formal education.
And for us growing up here, you know, it's more open. So you have a lot of things you can explore. Theater is big here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's very big.
Theater.
Yeah,
More than
theater.
movies.
It's the same, but theater is more like this classic.
Oh, yeah, because of the big theaters that they have here. It's cultural.
Yeah,
it's huge. Yeah.
It's huge. But at that time, I was still young. So I just wanted to have fun, explore, and see where I could get. But then after the TV show,
Yeah.
I was ready for the world.
That's a study, that shit.
Yeah, but then it hit me. The thing when we talk about representation, diversity,
Oh,
racism,
man.
and stuff like that.
Again.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen a lot of Swedish films or stuff like that, and I don't know, I can count on my finger, on one hand, how many black you can see.
So it's very interesting for you guys that are not black to understand where we're coming from. Because sometimes when you speak about that with people that it's non-black, they'll be like, oh, but there's no but.
No.
Because as you said, here, society is diverse. I've seen you get a lot of people from Pakistan, from Iran, some came from Iraq, you got a lot of Somalian, Ethiopians, or whatever. But they're not represented on TV shows, and that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
So that's
It's a system.
Yeah, exactly. It's a system. And I felt that when I was young after this TV show because I was ready to work, but I didn't get any parts. And the only part that I was offering was like Play Criminal.
It was like you were typecast.
Yeah. Yeah, heavy as well. Heavy. But then 2014, I thought for myself, like, okay, I want to continue to work with film, but I'm not getting offered any job or character or roles that I want to play. So what can I do? And I was thinking about my parents as well, like how brave they are and everything they have done. And sometimes you have to take a step out of your comfort zone to,
Of course.
Sure. To take it to the next level.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, instead of me waiting for somebody else, let's make something.
And do it for myself.
Yeah.
Produce.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's important to know as well that I didn't have an education. Until this day, I haven't studied film. Yeah. And I never produced anything like that. I've only been in front of the camera. But 2014, I was like, yo, I have an idea for a short film. I want to make this. I started to write. And then I contacted a friend of mine, Sebastian Lagerqvist, and I showed him the script. He was like, I like this. And I told him, yeah, we're gonna shoot this in 2 months.
That's my talk. We gotta shoot. It's not like I think, no. We will shoot this.
We will shoot this. We need 1 week, and we need a team. So I just need to know, like, what do we need? Like, what positions do we need? Like cameraman, DUP. And he told me, he gave me a list, like, this. And I was like, all right, no problem. I came back 1 week later. I was like, yeah, the crew is completed now. Yeah. And then I talked to, like, in Haninge kommun, I don't know how you say it, but the community. I don't know
Yeah.
So they have in Haninge kommun, I contacted them.
Kommuna.
Yeah, kommuna. I went there and talked to them, and they gave me a small budget. Not big, but a small budget.
But here, they support it. You have a system where when you got an idea, you can go there and...
Yeah, but it's still hard. Here it was like 10,000, and 10,000 is what?
10,000 kronas.
Kronas, yeah, Swedish, not dollars.
Oh man, we can, like, it's a tipo, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mil e tal, $2.000.
yeah, see,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's small, and
To shoot a movie?
you know, to shoot a movie, you need like,
Hey!
you know, a short film. It costs.
Yeah, it is
cost.
expensive.
Yeah. So this one, the budget we got was maybe what the camera cost for 1 or 2 days. You know, only the camera. But we had a lot of people who were there because they loved the script. They wanted to make something different as well. So I had like people who are extremely experienced, and
Yeah.
then people who never done film before.
I'm too much into details. How was that conversation with the people who gave the budget when they saw you? How was this conversation?
Because besides school, I always been in the community where I live, Yubru, the small town. I always been talking about it, and like we need to make new stories. We need to put Yubru on the
map.
On the map.
Yeah.
And I always work with youth people, like young people as well, getting them into the industry and stuff like that. So I told them like, yeah, but I want to make a film, and I can bring like the youths, and I can bring experienced people as well who's never been in Yubru before. So by combining the people outside with people inside, we're gonna have a diversity that has never been before, and they loved it. They were like, okay, go. So it was not a problem, because also because the budget was so small, we didn't need to have a heavy conversation.
Okay, okay.
But
why was the budget small? Because they weren't seeing your vision, and because you haven't done anything till then to prove that you deserve $100,000 or $1 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then we started to film, and we had a good time. I learned a lot, and when the film was done, we got like our short film was premiered in New York, Portugal as well, and around the world. Won in 2 of the biggest film festivals in Sweden as well, and I won my first prize award as actor for the script, for the film producing, and the director won also. So it was like a big.
So your first one,
my first one.
you did it by yourself, and you won all these prizes. Damn.
Yeah. So now you understand. This was in 2014.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay. So I did my TV show 2009. I didn't get anything because I was only typecast, and I wanted to do something else. So it was like, okay, I don't need to wait for anybody else. Let's go. And this first short film opened doors. You know, afterwards we were like, okay, but now we know we have a system, we have a good team, we are making films. Yeah, we're telling stories that no one else is doing. So let's continue. So
you were representing the unrepresented.
Yeah.
Like
the voices, the faces.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
so it's very interesting because we from outside, we don't know this is happening here. You see, and you telling me, I can totally understand, because it's same thing in Portugal, same thing in many European countries with these communities. So you became their voices through film.
Yeah. So I was like, if I'm going in there, you come on with me.
Yes.
If things is going good for me, it's going good for you.
Nice.
If things is going good for you, it's going good for me as well.
Building a team.
Yeah, so that's very important. So the year after that, we did our second film. Short film as well, but 40 minutes. The first one was 15 minutes. So this was bigger. Bigger, double the budget, but still small. And we did the same thing. We had our team, we had the cast, we did a short film, and bam, we went outside the world, screening the same places, and won again.
Ooh.
Yeah, for the film, and one of the supporting lead actors, one of the young guys. won.
Nice.
And it was his first film ever he did, acting.
Top.
Yep. And then afterwards, we were like, okay, but now, this was 2016. Now we felt like, okay, but we want to go bigger.
Of course.
Now we want to go with the big budget.
Yeah.
We want to go get into the system, because now people are talking about us. They know what is happening.
Yeah.
And I was offering normal roles. You know, can you come and play a police? Can you come and play a dad? You know, so things were happening here as well. You know, interesting. I was like,
And
okay.
you're seeing the scene changing also because of your contribution.
Indeed, because now they understood, like, oh, okay, David, no, man, really bon. Let's see, bring him in.
And what about recognition on the streets? How was dealing with, oh, can I take a photo? Because now you're seeing like different people trying to, like approaching you, because probably when you were growing up, you didn't get a lot of attention from a certain kind of people, and now you're into this environment, all chic and bougie guys, people like trying to embrace you. How did that hit you?
When I get the question, I always say, I'm so thankful, because when my big brother, he's in a group called Panetos. I sent you a link.
Yes, I've seen it.
I think 2012 or something, they did a hit song called Dança Pa. CNN, you know, everywhere, MTV, everyone was talking about it. So I used to not work with them, but I was hanging with them and helped them with driving and stuff like that.
Yes.
So,
Só minuto, desculpa.
Yeah.
Deixa-me só garantir.
and afterwards, because I was with them when everything happened.
Estavas a ver de perto.
Perto,
Como é que se lida com isso?
Toda pessoa que fui gritar aí, Panetos, já tira uma foto, todos. And I was young, but I saw everything, and I saw how it affected them as well, but also how to be in the moment and not starting to change, because you know, fame can also change you or people around you. So I'm like always like, I'm thankful for them, and also the people I have around me always reminding me of who I am and why I do this. You understand? So this hasn't been a problem, because I've always been a person who like to talk, social, always outwards and stuff like that. So I haven't been in a problem. And it's not like people are screaming, not like that.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
When you came here, did someone recognize you?
But sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Because when you do your films, you have your story you want to tell, but you want the audience to see it. So that's why. So when people see you and recognize you and like the work you have done, it feels good.
How was that your parents were dealing with your brother's success? Because it's music. Music, it's more, it's kind of different than movies. Yeah.
No, but my big brother, Daniel, because he studied as well, so he has an education, so that's good. And the music happened, so they were like,
Okay.
you know,
At least he has it.
Yeah, he has it, because when my parents are at work and they see us on television, like the colleagues, they're like, oh,
Look at you, that's your son.
They're happy. No, they are very happy. But for me, it took a while. I think 2019. I think that was the year when my parents were like, okay, we understand. Okay.
Because it was too much.
Yeah.
People were buzzing about it. It's like, no, that's what he does. Whatever.
You know, no, but so when I did my first short film, we started our own production company, DNZ Picture, and we've been still working with it. So now when we did our second short film, we wanted to get into the system. But here's the problem. You have these places where you can apply for a budget. But to be able to get the budget, they have like, it's a little bit strange, because they're like, we have this SFI, Svenska Filminstitutet, Swedish Film Institute. And they're like, okay, Danilo, you want to make a film? Okay. For you to be able to receive this budget, you must show us that you have done 2 feature films. And you know, to make a feature film, you need money because it costs. So you know, so I ended up in a.
Basically, they're telling you that you should show them a movie with an expensive budget that they didn't give you the money. you should get the money elsewhere. But I would like, but the question is, how can I get the money elsewhere if you're seeing that I'm working on short and the system is blocking me to do so?
Exactly.
How will I have the opportunity? So probably we should have a fund or something to support people that...
Exactly. And sometimes they have like this small fundings or like talent representation stuff where you can apply, but it always end up with the same people. You know, like the same room, the same people.
Yeah.
Not so much for the people outside the system, like us. So we have to fight our way all the way up. So 2000 and I think this was 18 maybe. We had 18 or 17. We had a future film we wanted to make, and we got into a talent program where they're gonna help you like 1 or 2 years to develop the script. But since this day, we are still working on it. It's so hard.
How so?
I don't know. It's something like, because the story we want to tell is about the black man in Yubru who are in sports. He's a track field runner, sprint runner. And we don't want to talk about like that he's criminal and stuff like that, because there's so much else to tell about people from these places. But it's more like the people who aren't from these places, they're also the same people sitting on the budget, the funding. So they're like, yeah, but can it be like he's choosing about being a criminal or sprinter? And I'm like, nah.
That's not what we're looking at.
No.
And I mean, it's because this is art. Like, if I have a script and I come from the reality, it's very hard for me to let you get involved in what the story I'm trying to tell. And probably that's what you guys feel. It's like, we know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
It's so we gotta maintain pure.
Yeah.
Oh no, but you need it more entertaining. He should have a gun.
Hey,
Come on. There's different kind of people, right?
But so the thing that happened was like, okay, I felt like, no problem. We're gonna find a solution, a way. So I took 2019, I went to the theater. My friend Sebastian Lagerqvist, he went to school in Norway. They have like a film school, which is really good. It's one of the best in Europe. And he went there for 2 years, and I went to the theater for 1 year. And the thing was like, okay, let's go separate ways now. And when we come back in next year, we're gonna be more confident. We're gonna have more experience. We're gonna have be more motivated as well. So I went to the theater at Unga Klara, which is one of the biggest theaters in Sweden, in Europe. And they're focusing on theater for kids and youths. So I signed on for 1 year, and we did a world tour. So around Sweden, but also we went to China in Beijing. We went to New York, America. We went to Istanbul, Turkey, and we went to South Africa, both to Johannesburg and Cape Town. Yeah. So for me, this was like, wow.
How was it?
No, it was amazing, and also coming back to Africa as well. You know.
Because, South Africa, you feel home.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I've been in Uganda as well, and Gambia, and Angola, South Africa. So for me, it's also been important to come back to the continent, you know, to see the other places.
Oh, they going with you like, David, talk to you. Can you, you know how it is? Hey, what does he say? And you'll be like, nah.
It's not the same, man. It's not the same. Sure.
But do you feel like a difference on an African mindset and a black guy who grew up in Europe to be very like different, like mindset wise?
Yeah. Like when we talk a little bit in the beginning, what I mean about identity.
Yeah.
Because the thing you have is also like, okay, you're born in Angola, but you grew up in Sweden. You are
both.
Yeah, you are both, exactly. But in Sweden, people look at you differently because they have a little, you know, it's a little bit hard for them to accept. And And in Angola, they're like, mas você tá falando português, o quê? Você é angolano, o quê?
You be like, come on, man.
Yeah, so you're like in between.
Yeah.
Because in my heart, I'm like, yeah, I'm Swedish, but I'm also Angolan. So when people talk about me, talk to me, and they're like, yeah, but what are you? Are you like Afro-Swedish? Because they have this like Afro-American. And I'm like, Afro-Swedish?
What you mean?
I'm like, I'm 100% Angolan and 100% Swedish. And that's it. And they're like, but
how
I'm
so?
like,
No buts.
Not but.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and I know that some people are growing up here as well, because you're in this new country, you need to learn a new language, and you have your parents talking your language from home. But also, you need to learn the new language and Portuguese. And your parents need to also learn Swedish, you know, the other one. So it goes like this.
Yes.
And then you're growing up here, so you understand as well that you need to build a life here. So I know that some people are like, they have never been back home, and maybe they don't even feel the same connection, but inside they feel it. But maybe they don't know how to deal with it. Because you end up in this. In Sweden, people look at you this way, and in the home country, mozungu, stuff like that. You know, they look at you like, who are you?
Yeah.
And it's difficult. But for me, it's been like, nah, I know who I am. I know what I want to represent. I know where I'm going. And Angola will always be in my heart.
Most
because,
definitely.
it's a part. It's 100%. That's why always in my roles that I'm getting, I'm like, but I'm trying to find names from Angola. I'm also trying to find ways to tell the audience that but this character he was born in Angola, he's from Angola, so there's some culture.
You're just putting always.
I was in this because 2018 I went to Finland and did my first lead role in a feature film.
Man, how many countries have you been to, bro? Come on, man. You just like, I'm been to Finland, I'm been to Ghana. I'm like, man, you're like,
also there, I was talking a lot with the director.
Okay.
And we said, but build a character around that he's from Angola. And some scenes he's talk Portuguese. And he was like, perfect. Then I did a big role in a feature film called Måste Get. And also there, I talk like, there's one scene where I talk that I have my whole family over from Angola.
Nice.
And I show them around Sweden. Stuff like that. So I'm like, that's
always putting.
Always, it's always gonna be there, because I think it's important. Because in Sweden, when people think about the continent, you know, they always say Africa.
Yeah.
But they never, you know, they don't mean the continent. They mean the land. I'm like, which land? You know how many countries there are there?
It's like, oh, you're from Africa. Yes, I'm from Angola in Africa.
You understand?
Yeah, that's general. Like, chato. I'm chato. I feel
so that's why I'm like, no, but I think it's important to show people that we have more countries than Ethiopia, Somalia, Gambia.
Yeah, most definitely.
So afterwards, when I went to the world tour with the theater, everything went well. I came back with Sebastian and we continued to work. And for me, the thing that happened there was I was getting bigger roles.
Here in Sweden?
Here in Sweden, yeah. And also I started to make more moves behind the camera as a producer. So last year I did my first feature film as a producer, which Viaplay is like a streaming channel, like Netflix. Viaplay is one of the biggest we have here in Sweden. So they bought the film. So for me it was like good, check. Now we have, because I want to apply for the big budgets.
Yeah, but my question is regarding the big budgets. Normally around the world, and I don't want to make it racial, but this is facts. We as black people push culture, pop culture, hip hop culture, everything probably comes from Africa or from black people, and then it's you know what I mean. So probably, as in France or other countries, you have big black music artists who have money. Maybe millionaires, I don't know. In France, you have millionaires. In Portugal, not millionaires, but you have, I don't know. I don't want to check on their pockets, but whatever. But what I mean is, why don't you guys from movies join these artists from music and from other ways of culture, black culture, for you guys to build this money that you need to make these big budgets. Do you ever know what I mean? I don't know. Like, this is just a regular question.
No, I'm with you. I know. People always say like, yeah,
Are they do you have these big artists over here?
Yeah, we have.
With African origins?
Yeah, but the thing is happening also is like everyone is working so hard right now, but everyone is working on their own way.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, there. But I think what I'm feeling right now is that we are moving towards something else. I see now, like inside the black community and stuff like that. Now, people are understanding, like the new generation as well, that hey, you're not alone now.
We gotta do something. Yeah,
we gotta like find each other and find a way to collab. And for me, it's always been around the movies, the films.
Yes.
So I always have my strategy. So now I did my first feature film. We got the check there, and now I'm working on my second, but with Sebastian, my friend, and the whole community.
That's your business partner for real. That's your man. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah.
Through the years and everything. But now, in fact, yesterday we got news that because we applied for a funding for development. Writing the script. So yesterday we received a green light.
Great.
So now they're like in the system. They're seeing us. They're like, okay, here you will get a small budget, write the film, and when it's done, let's talk. And if everything looks good, they're gonna go in.
So your movies get into the cinemas here.
Yeah.
And
that's the plan.
Business wise, you gotta have a structure where you guys know everything. Like, this is how much money we're getting from the cinemas. This is how much money we're getting from budgeting. This is like, how does it work?
No, because when people normally, if people think like, yeah, in Sweden you can get rich on film.
That's my question.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah,
not yet.
Not yet. And it's not like Hollywood or like the other countries, you know, with the film revenue. Because here in Sweden, people go to the cinemas, but they often watch international films, not as much as Swedish film. But the thing is happening right now is that streaming platforms are taking over.
Booming, yeah.
So that's why when they like, if they wanna, they can pay you for a license and stuff like that to show. There. In those contracts, you can find money that are good. But right now, where we are, I'm working on my second feature film now. And afterwards, it's going to be like indoors. Because it will be hard to deny or the fact that, because now we're going to have like the check boxes, you know. I've done my 2 feature film, you know exactly.
You have all the arguments.
Yeah, so now let's get the bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's make some films now. But also, because of all this work that we've been doing the couple of years now, we have like, I'm working in-house now as well, at one of the 2 biggest production companies in Sweden. So we have Warner Bros, the big ones, we have here in Sweden as well, and then SF Studios, which are big as well. So the thing is happening now is that they are also understanding that we need representation, we need diversity, we need new stories. And one of the CEO called me and was like, can you come? We need to have a meeting and just talk. Let's see, is there anything we can work on in the future? So now I've been there for like 6 months now. I think since.
How has it been, the experience?
Good.
How like different is working with these kind of giants? What do you feel work-wise that with them it's quicker? What does it happen? What's the difference?
Yeah, they are giants as well. That's true. And when you come, from my positions, for me it's always been important that always when I get into a room, I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be the underdog. I want to be the one who knows what it comes with. So when I'm sitting in this type of meetings, I know that they know where I come from and what I can bring to the table. So it's like, it's a give-give.
It's gotta be a win-win situation.
because I'm not sitting there and like, please help me. No. I know what we have done.
Yeah.
I trust the process. I know where I come from.
Yeah.
And I know if you want to jump on this, we're gonna make magic because you're already in the system. I'm not in the system, but we are the new generation of the system. So if we can combine that, perfect. So now when I've been working with Warner Bros, everything has been good. They are listening and they want to build the project around me. So they're always like having meetings with me and like, yeah, but what do you think? What do you like? Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to bring into the
Because
project?
they want to understand.
Also, yeah.
But that comes with a price. You see? I mean, hey.
That's why I say like, we wait and see. But
Yeah.
so far, so good.
Yeah.
And the talks we've been having is like, we are talking about the collaboration for years. And that's one of the important things as well, because all the people I've been working with, it's not like, here, this project, and then goodbye. No, I'm like, okay, I like you, I like the way you work. Let's build up a relationship as
Yeah,
well.
that's
so,
the way.
like, who knows?
That's the way
Like
to go.
in 5 years, where we will be.
Yes, that's the way to go. When I was talking to Joanna, she told me about this thing that Swedish people have, that it's logger.
Jantelogen.
Yes, it's like a way of behaving. It's like cultural. It's not, like here, it's not about being flashy. It's about the right way. Just goes. How do you feel about that? And us being Africans as well, sometimes it's like, hey, I gotta bling, I gotta shine, and then you got this cultural, knowledge that also comes with it. How do you explain this culture to Angolans?
It's special. We had one of our greatest football players, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
You told us a few years back, as a footballer, you are 10 out of 10. What about now?
11 out of 10.
You got better.
Much better.
He's the opposite.
Yeah, he's the opposite. And that's why in Sweden, when people see him talking like this or behave like this, it's like, oh no,
He doesn't represent us.
now you don't represent us.
For real?
Yeah, but it's like, why are you talking like that? You know, talking too much, la la la, because that behavior is more accepted in the U.S. You know, in Hollywood, where everything is like fake it till you make it.
Yes.
Talk, scream. Everybody
Yeah.
wants to see.
Yeah.
But the problem is, he talk,
But he
also get the work done.
delivers. He
you know.
delivers.
So that's like,
And that must piss so many people off.
Indeed. And then we also have the opposite side that we call it krabbsystemet, krabbmentaliteten, crabs.
Crab mentality.
Crab mentality, exactly. Where people are looking at you, they see you, things are going good, but instead of supporting you, they're trying to bring you down.
You're trying to get out of the barrel, and they pulling you down.
Yeah, that's dangerous. But for me, it's been more like I have a lot of people around me who have, since day one, has supported me and like been there, understanding and like wishing me good luck.
Even big celebrities and big TV stars over
Yeah,
here.
no problem. But then there are some few people.
Of
who
course,
does
it's
not,
normal.
Yeah, but it's always. But I'm
It's
like,
normal.
I'm
Let's
like,
not focus on that.
not focus on that, because for me it's like everything I do is so much bigger than myself.
Yes, there's a cause, there's a reason.
Yeah, you see, like because of the culture, Angola, who I am here in Sweden, what that means, the representation, the diversity, and hopefully the plan is to pave the way for the next generation and for other stories as well.
Yeah.
And for me, that's really important. But the plan is, the future is that, because I want to build up a platform here in Sweden. That's the first thing. Like, I want to have my recognition here. People need to understand we are here.
Then,
And then, because when I was in Angola last time, I wanted to know a little bit more about the movie industry. Because I understand that they're taking in a lot of projects like telenovelas from Brazil and Portugal. And I know that we did the first like Netflix film,
yeah.
Santana.
I want Diaz, Santana, and his brother dead.
Cortamos a cabeça e acabamos com a maior organização do crime e da droga em toda Angola e na África Central.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, things are happening.
Yeah.
Because one of the
People is
plan,
moving,
one of the thought I had when I was there last time was like, it would be fun to come to Angola with a small team from Sweden, like one of some good positions, and then combine it with the people from Angola and make a film there, because you get the quality, you get everything, like the fusion.
Oh yeah.
That would have been something.
Filming with those reds and narrow cameras and all that.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we have in Angola we have a few talented people. I gotta give a shout out to Geração 80 because they won this acho que é Leão de Prata or Leão de Ouro, something like that.
Yeah.
They won it with a short called Ar Condicionado. They won in Paris also, and they have these cameras and lenses that they bought.
When I was there last time, I met with them.
Oh, Fradik and top guys. And actually, my partner and I with Anormais, we filmed 8 TV commercials with Geração 80 for Unitel, and the quality.
Hey, it's next level.
They're very professional. They're also very open-minded. And Fradik and his partner, that is Hugo Salvaterra, they studied in New York School Academy. And
you see?
Yeah, so you're not alone. You see? We are not alone. They're also Angolans passionate, and I'm sure that you guys met or that you guys combined with your experiences with them. You're gonna make magic, and that's what we're looking for. Also, Silvio Nascimento, the actor. Silvio Nascimento. We have.
He's big.
Yeah, he is also a friend of ours, and we have a lot to go. I don't know if you wanna let a positive message for all the Angolan youth that is watching you, because it's gonna be a few thousands.
What I can say is, never stop dreaming and always believe in yourself. Nothing is impossible. Trust me. If we've been able to come this far in this foreign country, trust me, we're gonna make more magic in the future. So much love and thanks for listening as well.
Mano, muito obrigado. Fico positivamente surpreendido com a tua caminhada. Para mim, os Extraordinários é fixe por causa disso, porque eu venho aqui, porque eu podia fazer isso Zoom, but it's not the same. Estás a entender? E eu gosto de vir aqui para sentir. É different sentir a realidade e as pessoas. And it's very, very interesting to know that a lot of your experiences were my experiences in Portugal. That's why I created an event production company, because they wouldn't, alugar the venues for us. You see what I mean? And I'm already going there as someone who is not living the struggle of Angolans that live there and were born there, and they don't go into certain places I used to go because they felt they didn't belong. And by hearing that, I was like, vamos aqui. They were like, no, I don't know. I'm like, why? I just don't go there. It's like, now I understand. Because of the way people look, because of the way people perceive, because if you're wearing Air Force Ones, they'll be like, ripped jeans, because we come from hip-hop. Because I grew up on hip-hop. Did you grow up on hip-hop? So, our swag, our ways, we talk loud. We speak loud. And with all this, they be looking at us like, these guys, you see? So, it's very interesting to know that a lot of people are going through that, and they're finding solutions in art and paving the way. So congrats, bro, congrats. Really nice to meet you, bro. Really nice to meet you. Tamo juntos. Anything you need, we out here, yeah? Família boa, isso foi mais um Extraordinários. É tudo nosso. Patrocínio, Unitel Net Shows e Cerveja Tigra. É tudo nosso, estamos juntos, diretamente da Suécia, com David Nzinga, Danilo Castro. Foi.